Okay, so here's our next problem. I've got this machine on. It's on player 4. The player 4 light just went out, but I'm going to drain the ball, and you can see there are 420 points on the machine. Okay, there's ball 5. So here we go. The machine is on ball 5 with 420 points on the machine, and I'm just going to put some points on, and I'm going to drain it. Okay, you can see that it matched on 20, but the ball did not, or the machine did not knock. The machine did not grant a credit, even though there was a match. So what is the problem? So here's the problem solved. You can see right here is that nasty little wedge of paper I use everywhere. Let's pull out this relay. This is the F relay, which is the match relay on the back of the machine. And you can see I just put a piece of paper in there which keeps the contact open. This is a little spinning contact, so take that out. There are actually 2 contacts here on the F relay. It sits in here like this. The top one is the set of contacts that gives a credit, and then the bottom one is an identical set of contacts, and it's for the score. So right now it's on 20, so if we had 20 points when the game was over, it would match. It would light the 20 light on the back glass, and then it would give a credit. So by blocking that open, we disabled the credit circuitry. One tip: if you get a machine and you don't know if all the matches work, you can end a game and then just advance the relay manually while the machine is on. And as you go through all the different settings, you can watch the back glass to make sure they all light. I've had problems with this where it's real dirty and some of the lights don't work and some of the matching doesn't work. At least you can test the lights that way. Let's take a look at the schematics for that match relay. Lights are very straightforward. Look around schematic B5, section B5. You'll see a couple switches, and then the F relay disc, 0 to 90 unit. And then you'll see this little symbol here with the double arrows. That's indicating where that disc stops and makes the circuit. So in our case, when the 20 light was lit on the match, that was bridging the circuit here. So very straightforward. At the end of the game, if wherever this switch is touching is going to light the appropriate light on the back box. Now let's look at the replay function. So this is a little bit messy, hand-drawn. It's schematic section F11, and also on the schematic you'll see a lot more lines in here. I simplified it down to 1 line just to make it simple. If you start from the right, you can see a couple switches here, which we'll get to, and then they come up to this connection. And if you follow it left through motor 1B, it comes to the first player's tens unit. And then it goes into the coin unit. And the coin unit has 3 possible positions. Every time you would add another player to the game, the coin unit is going to increment and close one of these connections. So after you have 1 player on, if you push the reset button again, it'll turn on connection 1, which is going to enable second player, and then it'll go to 2, which is third player, and then it'll go to 3, which is fourth player. The reason for that is you want any of the 4 players to be able to match. So let's just say for this example, we do a 4-player game. So all of these will be connected. Now, at the end of the game, these switches will close, and we'll just pick on player 1 for right now. These will be closed, and then it's got to make it through motor B, which we'll explain in a little bit. And then if the first player score reel is in position 4, and the F relay, that match relay, is on position 4, these little double arrow bridge symbol, that indicates the wiper, the switch wiper, as it moves through all the different positions. If at the end of the game that wiper is connected to position 4 and first player is connected to 4, we will see a connection and a circuit to the add replay unit, which will fire off a replay credit. And just real quick, again, look at that. At the end of the game, 0 will be closed, BX will be closed, motor 1B will close, and then we have a solid circuit all the way to the replay unit. So when you have more than one player, how does that work? And that's where I want to point out. Player 1 uses motor 1B. Player 2 uses motor 4B. Player 3 uses motor 2C. And player 4 uses motor 1D. Sorry for the poor writing there. So let's look at the motor sequence chart to see what happens. So on the motor sequence chart, I've added these green symbols. Those represent the 4 switches from the schematic around the match. So what happens is when the ball drains, the ball return relay is going to enable, and it'll cause several things to happen, including the score motor will run for 120 degrees. So when that ball drains, the score motor runs for 120 degrees, and it will make all 4 switches close. Those are the checks for matches. So as that 120 is going through on this drawing, one switch will close for a while, then another switch will close for a while, then another, then another. So if all 4 players have 4, in this case 40, I believe it's 40 is switch position 4. If they all have 4, that means we've got 4 players, so all the coin units are connected, and they're all score reels are at position 4, and this bridge is at 4. Then as that motor runs through, it's going to say knock, 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 and knock meaning credits.